Beautiful Rhino. We've got the wonderful Sky. We've got Dev making his debut. Who else we got here? We've got Pav. We've got Strasbourg C. We're going to add more people to the show very, very soon. I'm going to go to Sky first of all. The first game of the rebuild. Talk to us.
Sorry, I was muted. I saw a lot of good things. I think defensively there's a lot of improvement. Mazraoui was so impressive to me. I am excited to see him throughout the rest of the season. I think De Ligt came on and did well. Maguire, wow, what a performance from him. So defensively, I have no qualms. For me, it's always going to be, can we finish? We have to find a way to score some goals. And I'm hoping we can improve. But that to me is the thing where I see we need the most improvement. But, we're top of the league right now. I don't have much to say. I'm not going to go I don't think you can be too critical. It's the first match. No one's going to be fully looking like they're going to be, in February and March. But yeah, it feels great. It feels great to be back. And I liked what I saw from defense. So
I hear you on that. Are you in the same positive mindset, Rhino? Or like, how are you feeling about United tonight, my friend? Break it down for us.
First and foremost, we are top of the league. Top of the league. No, I'm joking. No, obviously, at the end of the day, it's the first game of the league, so it's exciting that we've got football back, all day today. I just couldn't wait for the game to start regardless. So that's good. Yeah, it's first game. I'm happy we've got the 3 points. There's a lot of things that we still need to work on, as we know, so my main thing is just seeing as the games progress, do we work on the things that we need to work on? So that's what I'm really on Ten Hag watch for. Mm-hmm. I feel like at this point of time, he's got a lot of players. He spent money on a lot of players, plus he's got more players in. And if you look at the 4 players that we got in, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Xerxes, and Euro, very technical players that can return the ball. So there's kind of not really an excuse to say I don't have the players. So for me, it's just analyze the game, see who did well, and let's work on the issues that we need to work on. Because it's a process. A lot of people, I see some people in the comments saying, oh, how is it a rebuild? It's 3 years. We've got a new structure in place. We've got a new DOF. We've got new coaches and stuff. So there's a lot to work and there's a lot for the players to adjust to. So my thing is, can we start picking the right players per game? Mm-hmm. And can we have a trajectory that goes up? But yeah, for now, I take the 3 points and I'm happy with it. So yeah.
I completely agree with you, Rhino. I think that people saying, how is it a rebuild? It's the most disingenuous, backhanded question ever, because those same people, up until the FA Cup final last year, spoke about your club's a mess. You have no structure. Bankers are running you. The stadium's falling down. There's no structure. There's no culture. There's nothing. At the same time, they're starting to build it now. Oh, but if they're starting to build it, it means you're at the beginning of these kind of rebuild processes, which means, if they're being honest and they're being genuine, is they have to, when it comes to analysis, give Man United time. But if they have to give Manchester United time, it means they can't be too harsh on them. So and the ones for me who, when they do it, when they come on the terrace and show their face, they are going to get obliterated this year, is any Arsenal fan who has been back the process at Arsenal, being overly critical of Man United on game week 1 of a rebuild. You are going to be destroyed on the terrace this year. Not Arsenal Football Club, you as an individual. Because all I've heard, and rightfully so at times, for over the last 4 or 5 years, is it's a process and it takes time. Yeah, you guys ain't changed enough on match week 1. It's like, get the hell out of here. Was it my dad would say? My dad would say, get the hell out of here, you punk. That's what I'd say. Is you're a punk. Get the hell out of here. I'm gonna jump to Dev. Welcome to the Football Terrace, my friend. I've seen you trending all over Twitter.
He looks like Van Persie, bro.
Yeah, it's good to have you on, mate. What was just sort of your instant thoughts on United's first game of the new Premier League season?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I mean, I'm gonna flip the script, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go out there and say we're gonna win this, we're gonna win that. All I wanted from today, and I think we can all agree, like we wanted to see progression, we wanted to see something to get encouraged by, to feel enthusiastic about, and we've seen the one of the best kind of football behind the scenes rebuilds probably of all time in a single summer. We've got that now. We have the system in place that we haven't had for 15 years. We're buying players to suit the manager. We're playing good brands of football, and on any other day, that's a 4-goal game that we can have. Bruno missed a few, like Mount missed a few. I'm not going to get hung up on the fact that we only won 1-0. The fact of the matter is, the man that I've been backing since the day he came in has got his players, he got them working, and the player that we were really excited to have, that loads of, you talk about Arsenal fans there, man, like loads of people were like, who is this Xerxes? Like, look at his goal return. The man prods in a properly nice finish at the Stretford end under the lights in our first game of the season. I'm gassed. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm happy the fact that we've started off the season like this. I'm happy of where we're going to be going. And more importantly, it's the first season where based on some of the performances that we saw individually, but especially what we're seeing behind the scenes and what we're putting forward to the media through our new CEO and everything of where the club is actually going to be, this is the most excited I've been under a manager for a campaign since Sir Alex. And I'm backing them all the way. I cannot wait for the rest of the season. There'll be bumps, there'll be ups and downs. I do not care. Last season, like, it was a bad one and you kind of didn't know where it was going to go, but he still managed to pull out a few trophies under the bag, unlike Arteta. So we're already further ahead than he was at that stage, although they played nice football. Nah, bun that. We're playing well. We had a good win, and let's just roll on from here. We're top of the league for 12 hours. Let's enjoy.
I want to point a stat out as well. That just been posted by the XG philosophy page. Manchester United's XG tonight was 2.72 versus Fulham's of 0.40. So I'm waiting for confirmation on this because somebody sent it to me. It's our best XG at home in 18 months, and it's our best XG against it across all games, home and away, since the season before last. So when people say, again, XG isn't everything. You have to use your eye. You have to use your eyes as well. That Maguire, yes, he did well to stop that pass going through to Iwobi, but he did stop it at the end of the day. He did stop it as an example, but they had a similar one where Rashford was going to have a tap in. Yeah. But we can't just ignore all the facts, and this is what I'm saying to Man United fans: do not be drawn in. There are some things to improve, loads to improve. But don't be drawn in by all the negative Nellies and the naysayers and the rivals that want us to act like we did nothing tonight. We were good enough today to score 4 or 5 goals. The criticism is we didn't put the balls in the back of the net. Yeah. I had someone in one of our group chats say, you guys are absolutely toothless. You're creating nothing. It's like, how could you watch that game and say Man United created nothing? It's mind-boggling to me. It really, really is. Yeah. Pab's a Man United fan. He's here with us. What you saying, mate?
We got the job done. I'm not gonna lie, that second half was giving me PTSD, bro, from last season. I swear to God, I was gonna lose it. And you come on there and say I don't want anyone negative, bro. Honestly, I was gonna lose it because I just saw that the amount of chances we had that we didn't put it in, and Fulham were like they were getting dangerous. Traore was dangerous as well, was running in behind a lot, but the defensive lot done a decent job. Casemiro killed it tonight as well. Like, I know no one's talked about it, but he actually killed it, and I'm surprised because a lot of us, like who back him a lot, all said he probably needs to go, but I think he needs to stay now. If he's going to play the way he is, he needs to stay. Like, we need someone like that, the leadership, what he's doing on the pitch. If Agarthy comes in, helps him out, they can rotate. But yeah, Maguire done well as well, other than the little dive. And then after he got that yellow card, I was like, I swear to God, I know he's a bit slow, but if he puts in a bad tackle, this man's off. But he done all right. And then Delit got his cameo. Evans come in. They shored it up in the last 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, we've done all right. We moved. No negativity. We got the win. Incredible Hulk come on, got the goal. He's top goal scorer at the minute in the league. Garnacho's top assister in the league. We're top of the league. Garnacho at the end, bro. I don't know what he's done there. Oh my God.
That could be one of the biggest misses
Out of this whole
It was
season
like
already.
Rashford's Community Shield miss. They both hurt me.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to defend him slightly. I think
Behind
that
him
what
a
ended
bit.
up happening, I think he assumed Rashford was going to shoot, and he sort of switched off a little bit. That's not right. It's not to say that he should do that, but I think that's what he's done. He's almost gone, Rashford will shoot, because Rashford always shoots. And so it's crazy. Rashford always shoots, right? And the one time he passes it in that scenario, the guys ain't ready. So yeah, it was frustrating. But you mentioned something, Pav, that I really wanted to throw out to the panel here for a general discussion. You mentioned PTSD. I agree. I think PTSD was there. Did you guys hear it in the crowd at some point? Do you think that there was almost that element of we're not winning with missed chances, we're in trouble now? Did you guys? Because I thought I heard it from the crowd. Did you guys hear the same thing?
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel like there was a long spell of the second half where it's like, okay, here we go. If Fulham score, we're not going to be surprised, you know. And it was quite worrying, man. That's why it's harder at this point, because you're trying to balance the PTSD and then still have belief in the new build or the new season and just the new direction that we're going in as well. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100.
Yeah. Do you know I started hearing it? I don't know if you guys did as well, like, but when we started giving fouls away towards the end, and when we gave them like some needless free kicks, and they obviously had the height advantage. Do you know what I mean? That's when I started hearing in the fans like, oh, again, like this might happen again, but it didn't, and we didn't really look up against it that much. But yeah, you definitely towards the end, like, yeah, we definitely heard it.
See, I don't want to be like negative, because I know it's the start of a different era, But how many games are we given? How many games are we given Ten Hag to show us something that the team's changing? Because I already said I'll happily sit it for 10 games. 10 games is enough for me to show something that this team's improving, that we're not making mistakes we did last year. We're scoring goals. We're creating more chances, and I think defensively we'll be all right. But it's that midfield and attack. I need them to be more clinical. Like today, I thought make a statement after last year. Make a statement on your first game, but it weren't. It could have been there, but it wasn't.
I was going to say to the viewers, it's actually nothing to do with my internet or anything at all. It's YouTube have got problems right now. That's why people are getting laggy. It's not just me; it's all of YouTube. What's happening is it's the first Premier League game. Everyone's getting mad going on the internet, and YouTube is struggling. It isn't us. So just refresh your streams or whatever else, and it should be okay. But yeah, it's YouTube that has the problem. Numbers seem like they're coming back now to normal as well. So yeah, YouTube got some issues tonight, not the football terrace. So no, I don't say don't write about it, but I know it's laggy, but there's nothing I can do. Message Google in it, bruv. Like it's one of them. But I think look, I always talk about mentality being such an important part of football. And of course, I understand that you want to improve the base level of technicality. But I feel like the first 20 minutes of our first two games this season, you've seen some nervousness. Then we've started to play well. Wembley was maybe a little different because you're up against a rival. It's neutral. But I really felt the Old Trafford crowd started to go a little quiet. And then the players started doing and when I do get to an extent where some rivals are saying you haven't changed from last year. But that's because they're focused on that 20-minute spell in the second half, where we kept on kicking it long and leaving our midfield open. But for large parts of the game, we were not doing that. So none of us are sitting here and saying we've fixed it all, but it's keeping composure in those tough moments. And the irony is, I don't know about you guys either, especially you, Sky. I'm looking at you when I say this. When Bruno dropped his shoulder before our goal, how many of you thought he was kicking that ball long to Garnacho?
Yeah.
So we know. So when he didn't and he played it inside, and I was like, there you go. And that's now what I'd want to see from the manager, from Ruud van Nistelrooy. Sit them all down, is show them, look, this is what you do in those moments. That decision making was so important to us winning that game. It's unbelievable. Steve's with us, obviously a rival fan. What did you make of it, bro?
I thought it was like kind of textbook Premier League game, like physicality wise. Obviously, I was watching the Bayern Munich game, but I had your game on the side, and I swear, like every 2 minutes, somebody was getting. I thought the physicality was like obviously. It was just really like I thought it was like overwhelming. Like there were a lot of like hard fouls, especially in the second half. But I thought it was better from you guys. Baby steps, definitely. That 20 minutes in the second half, I'm like, Fulham, if you don't score in this stretch, you're gonna get punished. They did not have their shooting boots on at all. Neither did you guys really up until the goal. But yeah, I just thought both teams kind of just looked kind of physically fit, but like mentally, I think there were a lot of errors. I thought from both teams passing when you should have just kept it. Or so I thought it looked like a kind of typical first game of the season jitters sort of thing. But yeah, I thought like I said, baby steps from you guys for improvement for sure. Because defensively, when Fulham did have that stretch of time when they were getting some shots off, last year you probably concede one or two. You know, you turned last year's loss to Fulham at Old Trafford into a win today and a clean sheet. That is some good improvement for sure. And I thought the Xerxes finish was absolutely outrageous. That's what he did at Bologna, bro. He's crafty. Very, very crafty player. Big fan of him. That's a great signing for you guys. But
he's built like a unit as well, that guy, man. I hadn't really seen him before other than some training picture, but he's a unit, that guy, man.
Yeah. My camera looked like, I thought McTominay scored the way that my camera angle was. I didn't even know it was Xerxes till they replayed it and they were on the other side. It was crazy.
Smart little finish. That was a really smart little finish.
Brilliant.
Well, it was a striker's finish. And I think, you know, this is the thing. Man United, we're starving for that type of action. You know, we're starving for that kind of play. It was the hold-up play as well that impressed me. It was just, there's loads of fans of clubs watching game, but my club scored loads of those goals in the last 2-3 years. Yeah, my club hasn't, bruv. We're hungry over here.
That's why I said baby steps to improvement.
No, I agree. And it was, the finish was outrageous, but it was the whole move. It was Bruno making the right decision. The hold-up play from Xerxes, the early cross. I mean, one thing I was screaming at our wide players in the first half for is just get the ball in the box. Like, don't let your opponent set their feet, get in position.
Don't let the other man double up on you. I saw that with Rashford a bunch
and then
times.
you've got a range. You got a range. You can't cross first time every time as they get used to that. You got to get it right. But it was every time cut back, try and cross, cut back, try and cross. And it's one of the first times in the game we hit it first time and we score, and it's a cutback goal. And those kind of cutbacks and crossing goals, we're so weak when it comes to them. I'm going to go to Mo in a minute, who's with us. I want to do some of these super chats first.